Yeah, my name's Sylvester Stallone, and I get into prisons and then I break out of them for a living.
Ah, yeah, it's interesting. My name's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Stay with me if you want to live. If you help me get out of here, we'll both be running and I'll say, get to the chopper!
If only that actually happened in this movie. Escape Plan, starring Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Finally, a full movie dedicated to this epic partnership. And if you grew up with Stallone and Schwarzenegger and you love 80s action movies with the cheesy one-liners, this is your kind of movie. If not gonna be your cup of tea. So the movie stars Stallone as this character who, his day-to-day job is going into prisons and breaking out of them. He has a crew on the outside that knows what he's doing and one person on the inside. So all the guards, they actually treat him as an actual prisoner. And he, finds out the weak spots of the prison. He, learns the routine, the schedules of the guards, and he figures out a way to break out of it. Ever since he's been doing this, he's been able to break out of every prison he's been into. So he is the best of the best at what he does. And at one point in this movie, he gets a contract to go into this one prison, which is, a top secret prison that is off the radar, off the grid, nobody knows about it. So his crew isn't going to know where he is, and Stallone himself isn't going to know where he is. He accepts this, and this is not on terms that he normally accepts, but he does because it's double the pay that he normally gets. So he accepts this contract, and then he gets taken there by force. He already accepted and he said he'll go, but he gets taken there by force. So once he arrives, he says, things are going wrong here. I need to see Warden Marsh, which is the inside guy that I have, and here's my escape number, which apparently shows, who he is in case that he can't break out of a prison. He does have these options. And then Jim Caviezel, the actual warden, who played the villain perfectly, he's like, there's no Warden Marsh here. So that's when Stallone figures out, I don't have an escape route, in case I can't get out of here. I've been set up. I am set here to just die and rot. And that's what starts this movie. And that is where Arnold Schwarzenegger's character already is. He's already in this prison, and they are going to work together as a cohesive action movie filled testosterone force to break out of prison. And it is so rewarding, if you love these characters, to see them interact and work together and help each other out. It was so, it's a dream come true for, fans of action movies. The movie, the first 15-25 minutes aren't that interesting. It's very mediocre. The first breakout is kind of cool, but then after that when it's just talking, it's kind of not too interesting. But then the movie really picks up when Schwarzenegger's character arrives. He really stole the show. I love Stallone, and I'd probably say I like Stallone more than Schwarzenegger, because Schwarzenegger is kind of just like one-liners, in my opinion. Nah, he's more than that, but that's what he's known for. But the amount of hilarious things that Schwarzenegger does in this movie, and epic, Schwarzenegger-esque things, are great. He has, once again, epic one-liners, just like, I'll be back, get to the chopper, get down! All those things that, he's known for, he does have them in this movie. There were quite a few times where I just found myself cracking up to the one-liners and the facial expressions that this man has. In this movie, he lets his hair go gray, which I've never seen, and he has a goatee. Epic badassery right there. He just made himself 10 times more badass than he ever did. And another thing, too, which is nice, is that Schwarzenegger, when he became the governor, he kind of let himself go. He stopped going to the gym, obviously, because he was way too busy. But he's starting to get, that epic muscle that he used to have. It's nice to see that he's dedicating himself to that again. And I've seen, videos of him lately. And his biceps, man, they're back. It doesn't make sense. He's 66 and he's just still going. He's he could kick my ass. No problem. He could kick, almost everybody's ass. No problem. Anyway, this movie, also, it has quite a big cast. There's Jim Caviezel, Sam Neill, 50 Cent. 50 Cent is in this movie. That's a negative. I've probably lost you all right there. But he's only in the movie for about 10 minutes, and he doesn't contribute, but he doesn't detract from the movie either. So he's not a negative to this movie. And it's... the prison break movies are always generally very fun. But this movie is kind of, if Schwarzenegger and Stallone weren't there, it would kind of be a mediocre prison break movie. When they're not in the prison, it's kind of boring, but when they are in the prison, then when they're trying to figure it out, it gets really interesting. But the main glue for this movie is Stallone and Schwarzenegger. So I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's not for everyone. If you don't like Stallone or Schwarzenegger or 80s action movies with the cheesy one-liners, don't go see this. You're not going to enjoy it. If you do like them and you're a really big fan of them, I would suggest going to see this. You don't necessarily need to see it in theaters, though. Maybe pay, the cheap night, or wait for DVD and Blu-ray, because it is worth watching if you're a fan of them. And if you're a really big fan of them and you love the Expendables, I'd suggest to go see it. So I give it a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching. You've been bearded in.
Beard!
What the heck was that? I was gonna do a Schwarzenegger. How would a Schwarzenegger? A Schwarzenegger would have a hard time. Beardage. There we go.
Beardage!